G'day guys and welcome back to another video on my channel, Nintendo Down Under special worlds and maps that we never got to play and explore. Playable characters that we never got to use in Banjo Kazooie. Boy, oh boy, do I have a special one planned for you today. Stick around because here we go. First secret and one of my best, Tooty was going to be a playable character in Banjo Kazooie.
In the first Banjo we had this mode at the end where Gruntilda died and this kind of spell goes up in the air and it comes back down again, it smacks into the ground, but originally that spell struck Banjo and turned him into a frog. It was like Gruntilda's final say, and then the idea was that the player will control Tooty, Banjo's sister, that you just rescued, and she'd go round all the levels again, collecting these, I can't remember what they were, coins of some kind, I think they were, to actually reverse the frog spell on Banjo. So it was a way of kind of having a game mode within a mode at the end.
I really wish they kept that in Banjo Kazooie. Can you imagine at the end going back all throughout the worlds and finding these apparent special coins so you can turn Banjo Kazooie back from a frog into the bear and bird duo? That would have been awesome if they kept that one. So what worlds were we going to explore that we didn't quite? Well, Fungus Forest was one of them in Banjo Kazooie that didn't get used but was redone by Rare in Donkey Kong 64 as Fungi Forest. A picture and painting of Banjo Kazooie actually exploring this world can be seen hung on the wall in Banjo Kazooie's house. And then we have Mount Fire Eyes was a complete fire and lava world. Unfortunately, this lava world was cut due to time restraints, but it was reintroduced to Hailfire Peaks, and like the Colosseum and different artwork of that world was definitely introduced and still kept a part of that world. The Colosseum made its way over there, and the dragon fight at the end was part of that original lava world which was put in Hailfire Peaks. Gobi was also going to be part of this world because if you go back to Banjo Kazooie and when you steal his water for the last time in Click Clock Wood, he says, right, see you later, I'm off to the lava world. So he was always planned, Gobi was always planned to go to this world, but again they kept him like the Colosseum and the dragon in Hailfire Peaks. There was also a world called Temple Test World, which is basically used for Banjo Kazooie's engine to go around and test the movements to see what Banjo Kazooie would look like moving around, jumping on structures, flipping up and down using his moves. Another world was Castle World, which was meant to be the final and last world in Banjo Tooie. Again, time restraint kicked that one in the bum, and it was introduced to the last level where you go through and defeat the witch and the sisters. It was going to be a massive castle that you explore with a graveyard at the back, a ghost fight which was called Mrs. Ghost, and apparently a haunted suit of armor would give you the freaks as well. Have you ever wondered why do they call Jinjos Jinjos? Well, have a listen to this.
It might be that one of our very talented artists on the team inspired the Jinjos.
I always thought that was a myth, but obviously it's true.
The Jinjo character was inspired by Grant that he used to call Ed, Ginge.
Well, he is quite ginger. He'll kill me for saying that.
And then we just took that name and just called Jinjo. It's like, it was just a really good fit because I think the first Jinjo we'd drawn was this little orange character.
Allegedly the Jinjos were based on me, and I made them all. They were in the original design documents for Kazoo, so that was the kind of 2.5D banjo. You know, I've always been very proud of the Jinjos, and it was them who actually defeated Grunty at the end of the game, so I had the last laugh.
I think it's awesome that the team was so light-hearted, they had a little bit of fun with each other and creativity, and no one took things too serious. It's little things and little percentages like that that probably made Banjo Kazooie such a special game because of just all these fun things. It looked like everybody was having so much fun making this game, and it just turned into a masterpiece. In the early days before the game was released, Kazooie could basically fly wherever she wanted. She didn't need jump pads to jump into the sky, and she could explore vast parts of the world by just flying around. They decided this was going to be too easy for people and players to get to each part of the map, so that's why they introduced flying pads to certain areas to slow the game down a little bit and let the player explore little nooks and crannies a little bit easier. Something that the Banjo and Rare team had a bit of trouble was one of the jiggy challenges on Mad Monster Mansion, when you have to shoot the eggs out of Kazooie's bum into those pots, and the flower pots say, "Thank you." That had to be slowed down quite significantly. Nintendo kept hearing the F word in there, and you can put the thank you with an F in front and can see how that might sound a bit rude. It was about 3 or 4 times different speeds before Nintendo was finally happy with the thank you speed and pace, so you could clearly hear what the pot was saying, not that naughty F word. Banjo Kazooie has always had its little hidden humor and naughty parts about it. There is a part in Pterodactyl Land where it looks like there's a shape of 2 balls, something straight, and it looks like something squirts out. If you can use your imagination, that can look pretty crude. People are always wondering, was that intentionally put in the game or not? In 2015, Rare, the person who actually designed the maps, came out and said, yes it was, for a bit of inside humor. Another fact that I have spoken about recently is Banjo X. For those that didn't watch my video on this topic or don't know what Banjo X is, Banjo X was meant to be a remake of Banjo Kazooie, but this time when Banjo Kazooie go through and do the jiggy challenges, the characters, the challenges, the enemies remember Banjo Kazooie, and it changes everything up to be different. In Mad Monster Mansion, that chest is up, that's in the top room, was meant to be open and revealed and showed a trailer, a snip clip, some sort of preview of Banjo 3. But unfortunately Banjo X never happened. Banjo 3 hasn't happened, so to completely confirm that rumor that which has been going around, which I have read before, can't be confirmed at the moment. But who knows, maybe one day we will get Banjo X and finally that chest will open after all of these years, from 1998 to all the way till now 2022, and we can see the Banjo 3 trailer. And another fact, did you also know Banjo Kazooie was going to get its own animated TV series? There was heaps of artwork and development happening, and it was meant to release around the same time as Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Unfortunately that never took place, it never happened, it never developed into anything, but I think that's a pretty cool fact that Banjo Kazooie were going to have their own adventures. Obviously outside of a gaming console. I think it's really cool to even this day, right now, the game was made all the way back in 1998, but here in 2022 we are still finding out little secrets, little facts, little inside information from the developers that Banjo Kazooie still has hidden things, things to learn, things to fascinate us, things to keep us exploring the game and wondering what if, what if, what if, what about that. I think it's such a magical game. I hope everyone out there who has Banjo Kazooie on the expansion pack or has it on the Game Pass, or you have it in your Nintendo 64, have been enjoying Banjo Kazooie as much as I have. It doesn't matter how many times I play this game, I just get goosebumps. It is one truly magical, amazing game. I just can't see it ever replacing it as my favorite, all-time favorite game. Rare, the team out there, thank you so much for making a wonderful, wonderful game. I know I was just ranting on them, but it just needed to be said how magical and amazing Banjo Kazooie is, but I'm sure a lot of you out there already know it for yourself. In the comments down below, let me know what you think. Do you know some of these facts? Do you know some Banjo Kazooie history? Do you know anything that might not be so common that people don't know? Chuck it in the comments down below. Let's have a conversation about the amazing duo of Banjo and Kazooie. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and until next time, take care.